Ngibingelela uThulani yeye Gumede kwishow ehamba phambili. Iye show bafethu namhlanje nganithembisa impela ukuthi ngizoletha iqhawe la sike sithi ukunaba kakhulu cause ngithe mangiba nengxoxo nalensizwe seceleni kwami. Ngabuka ama comments laphana go Facebook na go YouTube abantu ngempela besho ukuthi hayi cha lensizwa iyakwazi ukusixoxa story sayo. Ngiyakhumbula nelink ngiyiposte ko WhatsApp, lapha kuma WhatsApp status. Hayi be reply abantu uthi cha lo mfethu uchaza kamnandi, So ngithe ngimlethe namhlanje mfethu Ndabe ukuthi sike sixoxe namhlanje mfethu. Qhawe lami
mfowethu.
Ugrand.
Ngiyaphila.
Hayi mfethu kuhleze kuyintokozo mfethu kuba nawe mfethu.
Ngiyajabula ukuba nawe.
Mfethu siyacijeka mfethu uma sinawe mfethu, and yeah, I think mfethu to go through a thing and be able to articulate and be able to express yourself. I think you do that so well, Every time ngibuka lama shows esawenza mfethu, I'm like, wow, yeah, this is great. How are you keeping, baba?
Mfowethu ngiphila njengosheleni.
Awusheleni mfethu.
Angazi ngizizwe nginempilo kanje emva kwesikhathi eside.
No, siyabonga.
I feel really good.
Sadinga incwadi lapha mfethu hamba phambili. A destructive way of living, idila kakhulu ne-addiction, So enye izinto esayikhuluma ziningi kakhulu, but into engiqamela mfethu enye izinto lento yakho uyiveza ukuthi ukubona kwakho ukuthi unenkinga, and ekuboneni kwakho futhi ukuthi unenkinga. It was just amazing how you handled that without blaming abantu abaningi, but ukwazi uku-own up, Mhlambe before sidlule kakhulu kwingxoxo yanamhlanje singene kuyo, bengifisa nje mfethu ukuthi uku-highlighta kuleyo nto, because imvamisa mfethu iningi lethu asilitholi usizo ngoba sisuke sisabuka around us ukuthi mhlambe yini singayiblame. Eyikhathi eziningi obviously lezo zinto suke zizinto mhlambe engaba valid, zibe ama points ngempela abonakalayo ukuthi hayi community ekhaya kwenzeka ku-ABC, isikole engangifunda kuso, zonke lezo zinto mfethu. But to be able to say after all is said and done, ngikwazi nami ukuyibuka, ibaleke ngani mfethu lonto ukuthi ukwazi ukuthi mfethu uma kunenkinga ungayikhiphi ku-equation uyifake nawe somewhere there,
Thulani, mhlambe once more ngibonge for the opportunity. Kuyangiphilisa nami ukwazi ukusharisha istory sami.
Yeah.
Mfethu lo mbuzo I would say mhlambe siqala ukukhuluma ikhanda lami selihlelekile nami. Mhlambe it seems like I never blamed ezinye izinto abanye abantu. I used to do a lot of that. Kodwa kuhambe kwahamba kwafika isikhathi where engingabhekanga abantu bodwa. I had to look at myself as well.
Yeah.
So ubalekile as well.
Sure.
Angikwazi ukuyiblame mina completely ngayo yonke into eyenzeka, because akungithi nje kanje somthu ingane mayizalwa. I've written a lot about this. Ingane izalwa iblank ingazilutho. Izinto eziningi end up uyicabanga, uzenza, uyikhuluma, uyayifundiswa whether intentionally or not, whether ufunda into wrong noma ufunda into right, but you get exposed to izinto. Your initial exposure futhi izobifika noma ngithi. So uyakhulu ingane uzwazi ukuyi-establisha empilweni, ukwazi ukurelate nabanye abantu abangena uphathi yomndeni wakho kanjalo. Ukubuyela kumbuzo wakho, it took me a while to accept ukuthi inkinga kahle inami. We spoke about this briefly before siqala.
Yeah.
Ngisho ngathiwa Thulani ngafundiswa wena or nga-expose wena entweni ethizeni, ngisho ngathiwa ngine-gene of addiction, which I believe ngiyi-addicts because of loso sizathu mainly. Ngisho ngathiwa ngikhule emndenini noma kwi-environment noma ngafunda esikoleni esinjani esangifundisani, but i-reality wonke umonakalo engikhuluma ngawo empilweni yami in the main waphuma la ezandleni zami. So ngisho ngathiwa wena wangifundisa, kodwa what I do it ends up being destructive. Njengoba igama lencwadi lithi destructive way of living was out of my hands. Kwaphuma ngomlomo wami, ngangihamba mina actively participating in all of those things. And I just knew ukuthi it's me that will have to change izinto engizenzayo if I expected outcomes. Izinto engizenzayo ukuthi ashintshe.
Sure.
But lokho what it took time to learn. It took time because ngisho ukuthi wenzani ngalokho. You need to be careful ngakho. Sometimes we try a lot to recover. and do well to reintegrate society mhlambe sizama ukwenza kangcono emaphutheni sisawenza but still ushaya eceleni yabo ngisho usuyibona inkinga ulibona iphutho lenzile but ama corrective measures alolu phutho so it's incorrect ngama amazwi you just change from one problem and start creating another problem
yo mfethu yo
so it took a lot of trying and failing on my part ukuze kube khona into engenzayo ngicabanga ukuthi njoba njengamanje I have a decent level of confidence ukuthi engikwenzayo towards recovery yami is working for me and ingako namanje mhlambe you will even realize kuma platforms esisike ba now I used to talk very little about recovery it was more about active addiction which is what I had experienced so I couldn't just jump and say konke engenzayo silibukekayo if I haven't even proved ukuthi engenzayo yangisebenzela so I had to take my time and practice and fail and find out ukuthi ngifeile kanjani you know to get to where I am
okuyinto namhlanje bengifisa ukuthi sithi ukuyibuka nje mfethu le ye recovery mfethu ukuthi mhlambe uma ubheka i recovery iziphi mhlawumbe izinto umuntu adlula kuzo yabo lento le ngicabanga ukuthi ibaluleke kakhulu leyo mfethu because eziningi izinto umuntu ahleze ezizwe ikhulunywa nge-rehab yabo lento le and firstly nje mhlambe before size lapho usucabanga mfethu ukuthi mhlambe lento lena your next step manje kufanele kube i-rehab kwakwenzakalani kuwena because ziningi izinto ezikhulunywa ngo-rehab and abantu abaningi ngisho sebevumile ukuthi banayo inkinga but usucabanga i-rehab mfethu ukuthi hey sengi-rehab you know cabanga ukuthi abantu abaningi bacabanga ngendlela ehlukahlukene noma mhlawumbe uzolebhela ongazothi weak yabo yonke lento lena izinto mhlawumbe zabantu abathile uma uyindoda you know izinto ofanele ngathi ungayibalekela lezo you know izinto njengalezo so isiphi stage safika kuwe sakwenza ngempela wabona ukuthi ezokuthini ngizoyenza lento e-rehab and I believe ukuthi izosebenza noma waya khona uthi hey let me prove these people ukuthi lento angeke izisebenza I'm just gonna go there because they are pushing me were you pushed or something that yafika kwena
I went to several rehabs so it took me more than one try to get it right
sure
that's number one but okay the first time that I ever went to a rehab I was in serious trouble. I didn't see a way out. But in all honesty, I wasn't ready to stop using drugs and alcohol.
Sure.
I wasn't ready to recover.
But you're willing to go there?
Ngangisenkingeni enkulu engangazi ukuthi it was easier for me to go to rehab ngithi ngi-addict. For that reason, please give me a break. And I think
give me a break emsebenzini or something like that.
It was inkinga emsebenzini
so that abantu bezo understand ukuthi nginenkinga.
Would listen, I'm sick.
Oh wow.
Yabo? And I sort of knew ukuthi addiction was starting to get taken seriously. I knew ukuthi if we rehab, for an example, ngase ngike ngakhulumisana ne-clinical psychologist. So he told me he recommended me ukuthi I need to go to a rehab. And wangenza ngaba aware futhi ukuthi mhlambe ezinye zeinkinga esengeke ngayidalela zona ekubuke ngathi ngiyidalela zona esesazi manje ukuthi as a result of addiction I will get a break but I need to be diagnosed ukuthi ngiyagula and accept ukuthi ngitreatwe which in its true sense ku right mawubheka you know but mina ngakubona ukuthi okay this is how I will escape because uzubone mina when I went to a rehab, I wanted the shortest possible time. I was in Ikoland. I relapsed on the first day in Apumangayo rehab. When I left the rehab, I knew I'm going straight back to and I knew ukuthi rehab excuse I knew ukuthi issues emsebenzini. Impilo yami sort of looked alright. I looked fit. I was happy. I had been sober for a month. I had been detoxed. So impilo it felt like you know ready to get going again. But in reality, I was delusional. I didn't accept. I didn't understand. I was lost. Even the second time, gear rehab, pretty much the same situation. So I changed jobs, and I was younger at the time, so it wasn't difficult to you know, compared to, for instance, now what I'm experiencing now or in the past couple of years than what I would experience at those times. But even the second time I still hadn't fully accepted ukuthi ngi-addict and what addiction is and the kind of help and commitment ekufanele isuke from my side.
Yeah.
You know, it was all those troubles that I would have. Ngitshela ukuthi no, if I just go through this hurdle, ngizobe sengi-right. So yeah.
So for the first month, you were able to survive without drugs.
Yes.
That the whole month.
For the first time in many years, ngahlala for the whole month. But a rehab, there is a structured program.
Okay.
So bayakwenza to not think or to not keep trapped in your old way of thinking. In essence, bakufundisa ukuhlala usober, baphinde bakufundise to stay sober beyond rehab. Rehab is controlled. Rehab is safe. Rehab is, you know, it's a little safe haven. Ngisho ungahalela ukwenza into ayikho. You know. Ngisho ungaba stressed uzungazi umeke ebusuku, if anything bazokunika amaphilisi okulala. Ngoba nama rehab wena thula nabafana nabo.
Yes, I noted that.
Will get mhlambe kulelo lokunjana, but into engizama ukisho rehab nanokuthi kumina njoba ungiza ngithi khona inkinga ngangisuka kuyona, you know, so uthola ukuthi inkinga ihambisana nebinge. Ibinge, you know, ibinge, you take a few days without sleeping, uphila impilo yezombie. So the first week vele use rehab, you are tired, yabo, ufuna ukulala, kuyashesha ukuvukwa, there are chores enziwayo. By the end of the day rehab uzobukhathele ukulungela ukuyolala, which most ukubheka kufanele ngabe kunjalo vele empilweni.
Manje musulapha kule nyanga uspend rehab, as much as ingqondo yakho you knew very well ukuthi you were clear ukuthi yazokuthini, these challenges that are out there waiting for me, I can only conquer them by presenting this document, you know. So musuhleli lamasonto and then you are sober now, akusavuki kuwena mhlawumbe ukuthi hawu yazi this is the life ngempela nami ngicabanga ukuthi ngimelwe ukuthi ngiyiphile, you know. Ingqondo yakho mhlawumbe akukho la kwadlula khona ukuthi yazi as much as ikhona le challenge, but nansi life esengiyithola ngiyiphila nginganakile, kodwa one day I would like to live like this.
Thulani ngizothi ngangifisela kahle, kodwa ngangaboni ngazuthi noma ngangafuna ukwamukela ukuthi idamize noma addiction, the illness inkinga yami. So for an example, I'll change mhlambe inhlobo yotshwala. I've changed indawo ngiyakuzona, I've even changed indawo zokuhlala, yabo. I've changed even the province, ngabe ngiyosebenza kwenye province ngithi mina yabo mhlambe I attract the wrong group of people, mhlambe le ndawo ngisebenza kuyona, mhlambe this, mhlambe that. I never understood and accepted ukuthi lokugula kuhamba nami noma ikuphi la ngiyakhona. So I would try ukushintsha izinto. Akwengizama ukuphendula mhlambe futhi ngenye indlela engconywana. Ngangifisela ukwenza kangcono, I didn't know how. Mhlambe singasho ukuthi I was naive. Mhlambe we could even say I was stupid. Because kwakukhona ukuboniswa ukuhambisana nokuthi lento nayo, all the signs indicates ekuthinini we addict, and this is how you deal with the addiction. I just didn't accept ukuthi ngi-addict.
That's a big one.
I swear to God for a long time. Even to accept that I did not accept ukuthi ngi-addict was a challenge.
Yini mhlambe kunezinkinga? Was it because you still felt you were still in control? No, it's like addict ilento ayithusa ngalendlela la ngikhule ngakhona. Igama lokubiza umuntu ngesidakwa, isidakwa bekuyigama angaze ngalichaza kanjani.
Igama lamzana nokukwehlisa nokuthi uyisahluleki.
Exactly.
Uyafail.
That's correct.
Yabo.
So nomuntu ohleze phuza njalo mfethu igama lokuba isidakwa, igama mfethu ngathi lo muntu mhlawumbe owakude wangale, yabo nje umuntu wesidakwa
uhlula impilo. Thulani phela lento ngithi ufike uyikhethele for everyone. Ukamba kutholakala ukuthi uyi-addict, usuthe ukuphuza noma usuthe ukubhema, kodwa lokho ukuqala ukuthi uhalele ukuyozama ugwayi noma uhalele ukuyophuza iglass ya beer, choice.
Yes,
you make a choice, whether ill-informed or not, or you make yourself. Inkinga Thulani iqala ekuthenini bewusuyenzile le choice, kumnandi yini, do you want to carry on? How does it feel to you? Kanje mina nawe siyingane sihambe sifike sizame iglass eyodwa enobhiyo ofanayo ono 5% noma 6%, nguphuze mina nawe uphuze, khwince ukhohlele uphalaza, mina ngijabule ngifi, ngithi I want more. I didn't make myself to want more, kuyazenzakalela. ngokuhamba kwesikhathi, if you keep feeling that way, it can give indication to you being an addict or having a gene of addiction.
That's a good one, yeah.
Now ucabanga ke leyo ngane zo2 sabangani sikhule ndawonye, hayi ukuthi sizama ukuphuza ubhiya phela, sidlala nezimoto mhlambe zocingo, ngidlala imoto zocingo sakho,
yeah.
sidlala izindlu, whatever it is eyidlala, ziningi izinto ezenzayo, kodwa le mangenza nawo ayangixaka mina. So ngicabanga ukuthi inkinga enganginayo, ngicabanga ukuthi inkinga common, uhlulo ukuvuma ukuthi ngisahlule, I can't handle into when other people can handle it. Yabo, uhlulo ukunderstand ukuthi kuyi condition ekhona. It doesn't make you stupid, it doesn't make you less of a person or a human being, it doesn't make you a failure. If anything, it really shows you how you should deal with yourself. It really gives you leso sombe esiphelele on how to take care of yourself better.
No mfethu kuyazwakala and ngiyayithanda le ndlela oyichazile, because nami ngithe mangibuka ngempela kuchazwa u-addict, uyabona ukuthi you know into efike bebuhlungu mase kuchazwa le definition yawo, sekuveza ukuthi ngisho sivele impawu zokuthi lento yakulimaza, but you keep going back to it, you know.
Othi ngingenelele, this is my how I see it. So addiction is a chronic illness, njenge diabetes, okay, njenge heart disease, njenge I don't know, whatever it is, hypertension, all those things. But yona, it's a disease of the mind. So unlike hypertension, mawukuthi akusithi kidney failure, kidney wayikhomba ukuthi hlala. So nginenkinga kwi-kidney. Ngiyazi ukuthi uma ngabe ngidla ushukela, uma ngidla usawoti, nginga exercise, ama kidneys ami ngeke alekeleleke. Make it even better, chronic treatment oyitholayo. Chronic treatment. Uyazi ukuthi ekuseni fanele udle 2, ntambama udla 3, whatever it is, for the rest of your life. Compare that to addiction. Ayikho treatment eclear ye-addiction. Ukuthi uzodla amaphilisi. And worse, it's a disease of the mind. So it messes up your mind. Uyabanje ngaphandle ukuthi sibe technical kakhulu wena Thulani, le ndawo le bayichaza ngokuthi kuthiwa prefrontal cortex, in charge of ama activities amaningi, including ukuba nendaba, ukuba emotional, ukuba compassionate, khona izinto eziningi ezama values amahle umuntu njengawo, yabo, umuntu right, umuntu onezotha, ubingelelayo, ukwazi ukubona mangabe into wrong, ukwazi ukuyisola mangabe wenza iphutha. So leyo nto masishintsha, singayibizi ngamagama esingisi noma amagama scientific. Uma ubuka an easy example yomuntu that ohlala emgaqweni, akagezi, ungcolile, aphinda athathe zona lezi ndle engcolile ayifake emlonyeni mabe kuphi ukudla, ayikhethele kwesinye isikhathi ukuyolala emgaqweni enali kuba, yabo, umqondo awusasebenzi kahle. Addiction kusebenza kanjalo ke. Ngalesikhathi ungasakwazi ukuyicabangela, yinini la ekuzofika khona engqondweni yakho ukuthi fanele usheshe ulale in good time, khona uzosheshe uvuke ekseni, khona kuzozumekela nentambama. So I recovery leso gcina sifikile kuyona i-include uku-reinstate normal ways of living.
Okay.
Not so much njenge diabetes ozonikwa amaphilisi, yabo. So i-include correct ama behavioral patterns.
That's correct.
And the process. That's why usilekelelwa ama therapists futhi, yabo. So uma ngabe une illness edala ukuthi ungakwazi ukucabanga noma ukuyicabangela kahle, ngamamaza ukwazi ukubona into ekulungele ngesikhathi ekulungele ngayo, yabo. So uba nenkinga much more than just umuntu on a hypertension. Like I have hypertension, ngiphuza iphilisi elilodwa ngosuku. So every time ekuseni mangiqeda the usual ones, mhlawumbe ngizovuka ngiyocama, ukhuleke, wenze izinto zenza, ngiphuza iglass yamanzi, ngiphuze lelo philisi lami elilodwa, and that's it. That's all I need to do for the day. Addiction,
Sure.
To look at much more than that.
Sure.
So ngaleso sizathu i-addiction i-complex.
No kakhulu. And ngibonile lapha made ngicubungula nami ngibhekela lapha ukuthi ngempela lezi zinto zokudila ne-addiction zitha zibe ningi kakhulu, you know. So ezinye ukuthi sizokhuluma nje ngazo manje, you know. Wena uma usufika lapha, because enye into engiyibukile ukuthi ongathi ayikho i-blanket approach. Kufana kucutshungula wena as a person, then kube khona i-program ezocishe ihambisane nawe, because you know, so you know it was quite amazing ukuthi, I mean, khona nale kade uyichaza manje le behavior, you know, ukuthi kucutshungula i-behavior, because kuze kwakhulunywa nangale ndaba ukuthi abanye abantu lento kucubunga lama behavior iyakusiza ukuthi ugcina usudila nenkinga, you know, because abanye beka isibonelo ngomuntu odla kakhulu yabo ukuthi unenkinga yokudla yabo so nayo lento ukuanalyze ama behaviors ukuthi imapha ama triggers nazo zonke
lezo ledala azabone ku right ukudla kakhulu because kwesinye isikhathi uthola ukuthi kwasakwana lo kudla kakhulu kumenza usabe overweight abuye yena same person azokhala ngoba overweight ukuthi akakuthandi ngoba overweight but akakwazi ukuyibamba ekuthini nangahle yabo so kube lula kuthina kumane kuthiwe so awusibani uyazenzisa
ibuke incane
uyayibona ukuthi uba umuntu oright thulani ongenza into embulalayo
yazi sakhuluma ngaleto ngibona ingena esekhaya ifake sike status ku WhatsApp yazi ngingahleka isibhalo ukuthi this thing like ya status sibhalo ukuthi nje hayi mina guys amehlami nje ahlangana nebhodo sengiyaphaka yebo lento le so mangibuka lento ngiyahleka because ngithina mfethu it's not a problem but I know ukuthi khona abantu abanenkinga ngaleyo nto mfethu ukuthi nje fridge inqondo sithi hayi hamba
wena thulani you don't even understand ukuthi uzozaxazulula inkinga nje iphi inkinga in the first place yini edala uvula ifridge mawusuthi you just don't have leyo nkinga wena yena kufanele afake effort ekuthini ngalivala ifridge akazenzi njengoba nawe ungazenzi ukuthi ungabe nayo inkinga so uyakhuluma thulani earlier ngokulibhela kwabantu as a result of ukuthi umuntu esifuna usisi uyastigmatizwa thulani yabo kahle ngegama elula nje lezi isinayi yabo mangabe umfana kakhulukazi ukhuluma lokushini ukhuluma uyisithithi sofana yabo uhlula ukushibiza awukwazi wena ukwazi ukubona ukuthi sewanele yabo so wayithatha kancane leyo nto but kwabanye abantu that breaks or makes them ukuthi ngeke I will not come out on my own ngipronounce as isahlulile I'm not going to do that and uyazi ukuthi enene ukuze uzulekeleleke ugcine usunga behave njenge addict ungasenzi izinto ezi against ukufisa kwakho as a result of your addiction khona induke kufanele uyivume including ngona ukuvuma ukuthi usahlulile so mawungakabi ready for example one of the things ezenzeka kule rehab yokugcina which did all the change in me I have to be honest with it. One of the few things ezathi engathi ngifika bafika bangitshela zona the doctor there what you are stupid we slim in fact all of you are stupid ukuba kuthiwa nizona ilima ngabani nina nihlulwe impilo nize la mina yangihlula impilo but I found it ukuthi yini izinto ekufanele ngizenze correct naye we recovering addicts wathi nina nize la udokotela wathi nina ukuze nibe la nizobuza kumina ukuthi mina ngenze kanjani uze ngihlale lo asanoma iseno 29 or 39 years eso ukuthi ngihlale kanjani wathi if you are not ready ukuthi ngitshela ungenze kanjani lento mina ngisebenzelile then fuck off phuma ngesicapha
so wanehlisa kulento ukuthi ukuthi niyazazi nina nihlakaniphile
because reality usulapha ayikho into ehlanganisa nokuhlakanipha usubahlakaniphile thina
but lento mfethu it's quite amazing what you're saying because lasiphuma khona emalokishini ethu all over you know otsotsi yabo uhlakaniphile ebo uyancunywa kulezo zinto mfethu ekuhlulekeni kwakho you know uyapraise wakubona you know so before sizinze kule party yesithathu ngifisa ukwazi esibiliki irehab usuya kuyona yini esikuphusha ke manje was it the same thing ekupusha because you needed to get that certificate or whatever letter ukuze ubaleke uma usuyithola usuya kulento yesibili mhlawumbe enye into ezinto ufuna usichazele zona ukuthi kwenzakalani lapha the actual programs that are running you know
so ama rehab uthulani our fun khona framework ama rehabs that would work ngayo there is a 12-step program
ngibonile futhi
yenziwa even nje naka AA
sure
AA awuyona inpatient rehabilitation
so the 12-step program because among ama documents I think wabheka wase America and they have the same thing 12-step thing so it's like a global thing
it's a universal thing inventwa by some doctors in the old times laba realize khona ukuthi addiction qualifies as one of the mental illnesses and then kwasekwenziwa a lot of studying ngama practicals I don't know a lot of information about ukufonywa kwalezo incwadi zabo but kwenziwa a lot of analysis kwalekelelwa abantu abaningi ngoba khona ama failures ngoba khona ama passes ngoba khona ama testimonies so I documentation ka AA in the main is about the experiences gained bese lezo zinto get shared continuously ngoba ngisho namanje if you go to AA is primarily a fellowship that supports abantu that have a similar problem or on but we cause a similar so mawuya ka AA you will find kuzoba khona mhlambe a lot of people towards the end that will be talking about their personal experiences, mhlambe how they deal with their lives in the current troubles that they face and how they deal with them, mhlambe how they interact with abanye abantu, which influences what they do or how they do what they do. So it's a fellowship that just supports engajaji, because you're also even allowed as long as you are ready, as long as you are ready, back to rehab. So rehab kuba khona program esetshenzwa ngayo. Ama-rehab njengoba ngisho abafana, obviously I'm not gonna know all of them, limited, but I do know ukuthi khona ama-rehab. For example, angawusebenzisa umuthi. The first rehab that I went to kwakuyise St. Joseph's. St. Joseph's kahle kahle kuyi-mental clinic. Angasingayibizi nge-rehab. It's more a indawo where they do a thorough assessment kuwena and prep you for rehab if you need to go there. So mhlambe if you don't have to go, so for example St. Joseph's, there were clinical psychologists, there were neurologists, social worker, you know, kodwa akufani njengase rehab kuyisesibhedlela. Une-ward lakho, you can access your phone, you can use your laptop, niyakwazi ukmixa nabanye abantu, so it's more relaxed.
La spend a month.
It was a couple of weeks.
Okay.
I was dismissed.
Oh, okay.
Because of Leo misbehaving. So, less strict, less intense. It's more a facility where they assess you, and it's not just for addictions, all mental illnesses. I sort out. Okay, so when that didn't work for me, I had a thing in I'm past a stage, sendawo, where I'm gonna have flexibility, where I'm gonna have a lot of time in gas and so when I failed. I wasn't ready. Koda, straight after that, I requested this clinical psychologist to rehab, the rehab yang and I went to rehab down the south, on the Cedars. At the Cedars, angazi ngizokuba rehab enjani ngegama elilodwa, kodwa they don't use umuthi to detox. So for an example, ukudetoxa, let's just say umuntu kade ephuza kakhulu utshwala, esene-reliance kutshwala, esenama khona abantu uthi mayivuka ekuseni fanele avuka aphuza ukuze kuhlakazeke igazi, kuyima kungena ukudla, kuyima kwazi ukukhuluma yabo. So i-detox kahle it deals with lauma withdrawal symptoms. So umuntu uma umbona iqhaqhazela, that is withdrawal. So kufike kube khona withdrawal, phinde kuzoba khona uqaleka, which is craving. So mhlawumbe umuntu obhema ugwayi umbone lokho ezamula, umbone ngathi ubored, umbone ngathi irritated, usefuna ukubhema ugwayi, yabo. Bese yaqala adedeleyo uzombona ukuthi umuntu egcotha umjulu komncane. Isingenile ngaphakathi yena use right. So kufike kube ucrave lokhu ukukhala. Bese kuba i-withdrawal ngale ngathi into isiphume egazini. Mhlambe i-withdrawal ngikuzuyizwa kangcono mangichaza ngogwayi. Mhlamba ngichaze mhlamba ngutshwala. So ekseni umuntu mayivuka evuka eqhaqhazela, I know someone who couldn't even drink amanzi. Kufanele aqala phuza iglass yabhiya aqala. Uyabona nje umuntu mangabe ezobamba ugwayi, so mhlamba uyaqhaqhazela ugwayi, uyawushweba ngeke. Uyahleka. Ngicacisa. uNkulunkulu buka kushubile futhi. And ngifuna ukuthi uunderstand lento ukuthi meke waphuza iglass eyodwa yabhiya, iyaphela lento. Bese kule ngqondo yakhe lesithikamezo ukuthi esithikamezo yidakamizwa notshwala, because angithi kuthiwa i-alcohol or the effects of drugs, they influence ama-neurotransmitters, they influence in nervous system and the communication yengqondo yakho nomzimba wakho. So kahle ngesizulu nje kufanele ukuthi ingqondo yakho is apart from your body. So kuyi-illness serious, my bro. Yabo nami ngizwa ngiyibamba ngiyayidedela because kuyinto specialized, kuyinto ebucayi, into engeke ngithi just because I'm a recovering addict and then I know all about addiction. I know a lot about my addiction and my recovery. Anyway, kusho ukuthi ke ngize ngena kulabantu aba nama cravings nama withdrawal symptoms, lezo zinto zilungiswa nge-detox. So i-detox in a way it takes out all the shit in your body. To a certain extent ikushiye uwena ubese ke ukwazi nanokuthola treatment meaningful, usukwazi ukuzwa, yabo akuthi ngenzele futhi enye example like abantu ababhemi unga so angithi ukumbona ngisho nasemgaqweni mawudlula uthi ngathulela lento abayibiza ngo arrest so ngaleso sikhathi isuke imbambile ngale nkathi isiphume egazini ingale nkathi sephuthume sengakubamba ngisho inkunzi ingale nkathi engakunquma ekwazi ayithi wabo uthi ngaleso sikhathi ukuthi ama senses akhe awekho it's the same guy okade umbone ekseni ezofuna ukudla kuwena umnikeza ukudla exoxa kahle nawe esa right esa ngale nkathi seqalekile useyisilwane usengakunquma nibe kade ngixoxa naye ekseni so nje before sizigcile kakhulu lapho akekho umuntu right engqondweni ongenza leyo nto already then it's just tell you ukuthi ikhona inkinga and if we take it for granted that is why we have so many problems
lento isimbambe kakhulu elento
mapro ama drugs afana njengo ubungano no rocky lezi zinto isikakhulukazi ezibhenywa yilabantu abagcwala emgaqweni unembeza yaphela angangitshontshela umuntu ekwazi ngihle naye azi kahle ukuthi uzombamba uthi uyena athi ngizodila nawe mawusungibuza njengamanje ngiyayidinga le mali if it means fanele akubamba aqinye noma akukhuthu umbona they will do that you can't tell me lo muntu usecabanga kahle engqondweni
ibhlungu lento vele
ibhlungu thulana
because naye mfethu sure mfethu
mhlawumbe uthi ngirap up le ndaba yama rap so khona rap ungayisebenzisa imithi njengaleyo rehab le rehab awunophezwe ikhanda kuthi sibe massage lapho zamanzi uyi massage they were trying to teach us to rely on no external on into other than your body if ukhathele just relax for a bit uyi massage wenzeni and wait for isikhathi ukuthi uhambe uyolala uphumule relax until your body gets used to ukuyifunctionela on its own because manje ujwayele ukusurvive ngecocaine mayengase cocaine usufuna painkillers yabo so bayibuka kanjalo bona but bakhona abanye abantu uthi rehab there is teachings there is guidance because sikhuluma ngama 12 step programs uzofunda kanjani ungekho right to absorb into efana uyifundiswe and isikhathi sa rehab is limited you know nama medical aids at the time they don't pay for endless stay kubo 21 days 28 days those kinds of things so ngifuna ukuthi wena ke khona ama rehab azosebenzisa umuthi to detox you as part of their recovery plan khona ngawusebenzisa khona ama rehab are church based
so that
sure. So ziningi inhlobo zama rehab uma uzoya rehab and hoping ukuthi izokusebenzela kahle kuyaphoqa ukuthi uqale uye for formal assessment formal assessment include abona ama social worker yilabo azokwazi ethulana noku-identify izazi mhlasimbe ey'dala ukuthi uze ubula uze ukuthi udakwa kangaka uze usebenzisa idakamizwa kangaka uze usuwenza lento because kukodwa ukuthi uzohlala rehab ungaphuzi ungabhema ungenzi lutho but uzophuma rehab uzokwenza njani mase ubuye back to that same environment that encouraged you ukuthi uzube la ubukhona in the first place so you need to identify izinto that might have resulted when ukuthi usufike lapho so that you are able to deal with those things and perhaps avoid ukuthi ugcine in that position in the future.
Now, thank you so much for that. Another thing I wanted to check because le part la umuntu fethu khona le reaction ebakhona mhlawumbe you detox, you know, umzimba uzo react mhlawumbe extremely ngena ngendlela engazithusa ukuthi yazi ukuthini lo muntu uzofa, you know, mawukuthi asimnikeze lento ayifunayo. Like usuyajuluka uyaqhaqhazela like you were demonstrating, you know. Ngizama ukunderstand ukuthi ama rehab mhlambe, you know, just a layman asking ukuthi ababe nayo lonto ukuthi ayina ugumedelana usebambeke kakhulu mhlambe asimnika into encane ezomthusa lento lena noma bayazi bona ukuthi ayi lento ngeke izimbulale ngisho ngathi uyajuluka uyaqhaqhazela it's fine akazi ayenzeke lento kuyena ngeke sithi thina mhlambe ngoba lo muntu useqaleke kakhulu sengathi uzoshona asimnikeze into encane
so uyabona nje isidakamizwa into fanele uyazi isona sibulalayo asisoze sakuphilisa umnyama kubofu particularly illegal drug.
So it's quite amazing what you're saying because I think it adds well to this point esidingida manje because ngenkathi uqhaqhazela ubuye wenza lezi zinto engajwayelekile and then bese uthola something a drug and then bese kubonga ngathi ubakhala. Do you see what it ends up
creating? We encourage Leon because now next time I should they need. So you're getting into that cycle when usuke vele kuleyo cycle when you just making their problems to be yours now.
Sure.
So kahle you allow them ukuthi bayishift inkinga yabo bayibe wena sekuwena manje umbuka ukuthi ayimayiqhaqhazela udinga ukuthi bese umnika wena kushuthi wena umsebenzi wakho usunciphile mayiqalekile sizohamba uqalekela phambi kwakho bese umnikeza so kahle amanye ama techniques nje esiwasebenzisayo uma siku active addiction lawo kwesinye isikhathi uthola ukuthi hayi ukuthi usukhihliza amagwebu kodwa ngoba uqalekile ufuna ukubhema so usezokwenza engazuthi usegulela ukufa
because ufeel like usizile mfethu uma ukuthi nanga umuntu ecishe efa phambi kwami angithi mhlawumbe
kahle nje sithula leyo nto is called enabling umuntu oyi-addict yabona nje ubungizwa ngithi you shift irresponsibility yokuthi ayidakise yena and make it yours ngiyisho with intention learn because that's exactly what we do mangithi you enable someone that's exactly what we do and you must not think ukuthi next time mayisefuna ukubhema ngekaseza kwena angithi usumnikezile uyazi uyakwazi umnika uyazi uyabhema wambona mayisebhemile yamlekelela lento ubest must he go to ukuyothola umlekelela ngaphandle kwakho
so let ihamba nemanipulation phakathi
yes
no cha la mfethu bengifuna senze ama segments awu2 la ngicabanga ukuthi soba nama parts awu2 lena kuzofana sigoqa bese sibuyela kwelandelayo esoyi record nje manje ngifuna sithi ukugxila manje encwadini yakhe esibili beyond addiction yeah ngifuna ukusitshela kabanzi ngaleyo ncwadi mfethu so thank you so much and bafethu siyabuya njengamanje ngisafuna sigoqele ingxoxo ebese sibuyela kwesibili ke sesifocus encwadini siyabonga sharp